Appearance day of Radha Kunda. This is also known as Bahulashtami. It's Bahulashtami, though different pastimes. So today is Bahulashtami and appearance day of Radha Kunda. Maybe we will discuss a little bit about Radha Kund, Shyam Kund.
Yes.
When you go to Vrindavan, there's a Kund.
Govardhan.
Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. Yes, that is at Govardhan.
And that's why we celebrate Agoi Ashtami. Today Agoi for kids, for children.
So of course these different Leela-stalis and different pastimes of Krishna, we need to much hear about it. So right now we are going through the Bhagavad Gita section, which is more about the philosophical aspect of Krishna consciousness. And once we have better understanding of this, then we can enter into Srimad Bhagavatam, which is more about the different pastimes of Krishna and his devotees. So when we go through the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, then we hear about different pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, in Dwarka, Mathura. So then we come to know about all these things. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Damodar Radhe, Jaya Radha Damodar Radhe, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunnitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyamadi Pashyatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. So welcome you all for Bhagavad Gita session. So now we are going to enter into the third section of Bhagavad Gita. Third section means we have divided, not we, Acharyas, they have divided Bhagavad Gita into three sections. How many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? 18 chapters. And these 18 chapters divided into three segments. First segment or first section, chapter number 1 to 6. So first 6 chapters about Karma Yoga. And the middle 6th chapter, chapter number 7 to 12, which we have already completed, that is Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6th chapter, 13 to 18, this is the third section of Bhagavad Gita, which is known as Jnana Yoga. So we are going to enter into Jnana Yoga. And every chapter, most of the chapters we see like in the beginning, Arjuna is asking question. Arjuna is asking question. So this chapter 13, known as Nature, the Enjoyer and Consciousness. So Arjuna is asking question. Prakritim Purusha Chaiva Kshetram Kshetrajyameva Cha Etat Vidutim Ikchami Jnanam Gyeya Cha Keshava. Arjuna said, "Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, means nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field, and the knower of the field, and of knowledge and the object of knowledge." So these are the questions Arjuna is asking. And in next, Krishna is going to answer the questions. So we have been discussing it from the very beginning that why these questions, why question is there. Means every chapter we see Arjuna is asking question. So question is very, very important. First of all, asking question is a sign of intelligence. Sign of intelligence. That's why we see that after every session, we have question answer session. So there must be question. The question, if we are raising question, asking question, it's a sign of intelligence because we are understanding something and some clarity if we need, we ask question. Why this, why that? Our whole Vedic system, our Vedic scripture, you talk about Bhagavad Gita, you talk about Srimad Bhagavatam, this is all question and answer. In Bhagavatam, like Parikshit Maharaj asking question to Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami is answering the questions. Bhagavad Gita, this is dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna is asking question and Krishna is answering. So question is the basis of life. We must ask question. But what kind of question? That is the second point. What question? So like Prabhupada, in one of the purport in Srimad Bhagavatam, he is saying that every living entity, they are asking question. The whole life is based on questions. Now people have different questions. So Prabhupada in that explaining that even birds, they are asking question. And he's saying that like people, for example, what is the share market rate today? This is a question. People ask, going to the market asking,
What's the price?
different questions we know, there are different subject matter and we are asking question. So question related to politics, question related to sports, movies, so many questions there. But we have to first know that what kind of question we should ask. What is real question? So these are the real questions. Question about self, which is helping you in self-realization. That is perfect question. So first of all, people do not know about what kind of question they should ask. So question is, who am I? Who is God? What is my relationship with God? What is the purpose of life? How can I achieve the perfection of life? Huh? How can I get liberated from the suffering of this material world? These are the real questions. So when we approach a guru, we go and ask these questions. It's not that my job is not well, can you help me? How can I increase my business? These are not the questions when we go to a guru. There are business experts. Means guru, yeah, of course, that word we use for business experts. Anybody who is subject matter expert, right? So when we go to a guru, especially when it comes to a spiritual subject matter, we should go and ask these questions. How can I progress in a spiritual life? Right? So, number one, quality question. And number two, from whom to ask question. You have quality question. Just like I give example that, okay, if you have stomach pain and you go to a cobbler, is this the right approach? No. You have to go to a subject matter expert, a doctor. Similarly, when we have right question, perfect question, then we should find out a genuine or authority who can really answer those questions, like our Vedic scripture or a spiritual master who are self-realized. They have experienced life. And when we approach such a spiritual master who is giving us teachings, knowledge through scripture, then that knowledge will help us. So this is the second element. First is perfect question. Second is whom to ask that question. And third is spirit. What is the spirit of asking that question? If we go in challenging a spirit and ask question, challenging a spirit means not to understand, not to implement that in life simply, or for some mental speculation, or for some maybe just to prove something right or wrong, no? With some our own perception, just imposing on. You have seen, like, no, people sometimes they ask question, but they are never ready to accept it. They are never ready to hear it. They just want to impose their own thought process by hook or by crook. They just want to give some justification for that. So no, that is not the approach. When we approach a guru, tad vidhi pradipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. This is the process Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita. When we approach a guru, means authority, subject matter expert, we should approach with a very, very humble attitude, vinamra bhava. So when we approach, just vinamra means being ignorant, means I'm full number one. I know nothing. Maybe we may have some knowledge, but approaching, what is the way of approaching a spiritual master means I'm full number one. I may have so many material degrees, but when I approach a spiritual master, I'm full number one. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Prakashananda Saraswati, and this is one of the pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Prakashananda Saraswati, he was this very jnani, very knowledgeable, Mayavadi sannyasi. And when he got to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is also a sannyasi, but what he is doing, he is going in the streets and dancing, chanting the holy name of the Lord. So he got upset and he just started asking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why are you doing this? First of all, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was there at his court. So he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why are you doing this? You're a sannyasi. I know from your background, you're so intelligent, so much educated. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is God himself. And in his childhood, only he defeated Keshav Kasmiri, who was the most knowledgeable person. He defeated so many scholars. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at the early age, he defeated Keshav Kasmiri. So Prakashananda Saraswati said, I know about you. Then why you are behaving like this? You should read the scriptures, you should read Vedas, Vedanta Sutra, and like a just emotional person, you're going in the street and chanting the holy name and dancing. What is this? And what is the answer of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is God himself. He knows everything. But what he is saying? He said, when I approached my guru, he said, I'm full number one. And that's what he recommended me, that accept this chant holy name and just keep on chanting. You will achieve the perfection. And the moment I got this name, when I started chanting, I don't know what happened to me. So this ecstatic symptom, sometimes I'm laughing, sometimes I'm crying, sometimes I'm jumping, falling down. So many ecstatic symptoms started manifesting in my body. So these are all manifestations of an ecstatic mood. Huh? He could not understand. Then he said, I approached my master. Again, I went there, I asked why this is happening. When I chant the holy name, tears coming out of my eyes. I'm just feeling some ecstasy, devotional ecstasy. So his guru said, you have achieved the perfection of life. This is what the perfection of life. You have achieved that love, prema, bhakti. Now you go and distribute it to others. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm going every home, every street, and just requesting everyone to chant the holy name. Because this chanting the holy name will invoke that love for Krishna within heart. With knowledge we cannot. Only by knowledge or philosophical knowledge or by some austerity or by some big work, we cannot understand Krishna. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. So only by loving devotional service we can understand Krishna, we can invoke that love within us, which is already there within our heart, but that is covered by ignorance because of being in this material world from time immemorial. That knowledge or that love is covered. But when we come in contact with devotees, come in association with devotees, when we hear from pure devotees about Krishna, about his pastimes, about his devotees, then gradually all these ignorance goes away and we develop or manifest that love. So this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself teaching us how to approach a spiritual master. So you see either in the form of either Lord Ram or Lord Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, all of them, they accepted a spiritual master. They are God. God himself. But by his own example, he is teaching us that we have to accept a spiritual master. And what should be the mood? What should be the approach to go to a guru and ask question? This is the mood. And in that mood only, Arjuna is asking questions. So these three elements we must remember, that we must ask question to self. What about our life? And we should ask question to the authority, and also with a mood, with a service mood, not challenging a spirit, service mood, sevaya. Whatever we are learning from authority, from a scripture, the mood should be that I will implement in my life to make my life perfect. So these questions, when Arjuna asked, Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field and the knower of the field, and of knowledge and the object of knowledge. Now, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram iti abhidhiyate etadyo veti tam aprahu kshetragya iti tadvida. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. So we will try to understand these words. So first question he asked, Prakriti, Purusha, and the field and the knower of the field. What is this field? So first Krishna is answering. This body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. So what is this field? Kshetra and Kshetragya. Field and knower of the field. So what is this field?
Living entity,
Body. Body means field. And one who knows about this field is called knower of the field. Kshetragya. So who is the knower of the field? Soul. So soul is the knower of the field. So the terms we see different: field, knower of the field, or kshetragya. But this is the meaning of that. body, that is called kshetra, or field of activities. And the knower of the field means talking about soul. So we have discussed much about it in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So this is yeah, not much in detail. We know that this is body, but in this chapter, like further details are there. Even other Vedic text wherein more detail about body is there. Like this body is made up of 24 elements. We know 5 main elements like Bhumi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash. Then 3 others: Man, Buddhi, Mithya, Ahankar. So similarly, there are total 24 elements. So Jnana Yoga, a Sankhya Yoga philosophy, wherein they do detailed study of this, analytical study of all these different material elements. Right? So in this chapter, little bit, we will discuss about that also. But in short, we have to know that when it comes to field means field this body, which is made up of different 24 elements, material elements. And we know that soul is different from this material element. What is the purpose of getting knowledge, or the first level of knowledge? The first level of knowledge is knowing that this body is different from soul. Yes, we know that. Because many a time people think that no, this body is all in all. There's no soul. When we get knowledge, then we understand that there's a difference between body and soul. Soul is eternal and body is temporary. Because it is made up of material elements. And yes, so this is body and knower of the body. So soul is the knower of the body. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata kshetram kshetragyayor jnanam yad jnanam matam mama. O sign of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies. And to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. This is my opinion. What is knowledge? So now Krishna is saying, what is knowledge? Jnana. One is knowing self. We got to know about that we are not this body, we are soul. That is one thing. And second,
to know that there's a super soul.
Super soul. This is knowledge. So soul is knower of the individual body. Like we can know about our own body. We do not know about your body. That like different bodies are there, right? So every individual body they have their own individual soul. So that soul is knower of the individual body, not the other's body. But super soul, he is knower of the all bodies. Because super soul, Krishna as super soul, he is in everyone's heart. And Prabhupada is giving one analogy to understand it. Like, if you say field means kshetra, a land, a piece of land, and the farmer. Farmer is the knower of that land. Farmer having a piece of land, he is the knower of that particular land because he is the owner of that particular land. But the king is the knower of all the lands because he has record of all the lands. He is the owner or the master of the whole land, right? Similarly, we as individual soul, I am the knower of my body, this field of activity or this field. But super soul, because he is the master of all bodies, so he knows about everyone. We may know about ourselves, but Krishna knows about everyone. What is going within our mind, within our heart, everything Krishna knows about it. So that is what Krishna is saying. Knowledge means you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies. So sometimes people have knowledge about little bit, they will talk about soul. They will talk about body and soul. But they do not talk about God. That is not knowledge, complete knowledge. So Krishna is saying, and to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. This is my opinion. So knowledge, we have discussed it, like it's not that how much degree we have, how many degrees we are holding, material degree. So when it comes to knowledge, knowledge means knowing about the self, the super soul. The body means nature, means this material nature, the soul and the super soul, and the relation between these three. That is called knowledge, and that is the name of this chapter. So knowledge means we are going to know about all these three. Soul, material nature is material body, and super soul, who is Rishikesha, who is the controller of all these different material nature and soul. He is the supreme controller. Everything is being controlled by super soul, Paramatma, God. So we are subordinate. We are not the controller. Ignorance means when we start thinking that I am the controller, I am the master, I am the enjoyer. This is ignorance. But knowledge means when I understand that no, I am not the controller, I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am just insignificant part and parcel. The ultimate controller is Krishna, the super soul, we can say. So, yes, so this is called knowledge. Tat kshetram yad vikari yatascha yad sacha yo yad prabhavascha tat sama sena meshanu. Now please hear my brief description of this field of activity and how it's constituted, what its changes are, whence it is produced, who that knower of the field of activities is, and what is the influences are. So now he is going to answer about all these things. So brief description of the field of activity means about body. So the Lord is describing the field of activities and the knower of the field of activities in their constitutional positions. One has to know how this body is constituted, the materials of which this body is made, under whose control this body is working, how the changes are taking place, where from the changes are coming, what the causes are, what the reasons are, what the ultimate goal of the individual soul is, and what the actual form of the individual soul is. One should also know the distinction between the individual living soul and the super soul, their different influences, their potentials, etc. One just has to understand this Bhagavad Gita directly from the description given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all this will be clarified. But one should be careful not to consider the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every body to be one with the individual soul, the jiva. This is something like equating the potent and the impotent. So many questions within this purport we are seeing, right? So one by one you can see, you know the answer to all these questions, right? We have already studied all these things. So, like, what is the first question? One has to know how this body is constituted, the materials of which this body is made. How this body is constituted. Let me ask quickly, we'll go through these questions. How this body is constituted.
5 gross and 3 subtle elements.
These are the elements. Next question, what are the different elements? So first is how this body is constituted. How do we get this body, material body? What is the reason? What is the cause behind it?
So our desire to enjoy independently of Krishna.
Yes, desire to enjoy independent from Krishna. Enjoying propensity, that is very natural in us. Soul, Sat Chit Ananda. Ananda, that is integral part of the soul. We are always seeking after enjoyment. But the difference, when we try to enjoy independently, separate from Krishna, that is the cause of getting a material body. Because in a spiritual world, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. He is God. And we are servant. So we get enjoyment when we are associated with Krishna or when we are following Krishna, when we are serving Krishna. That is our natural way of getting enjoyment. But unnatural way, when we try to be independent, when we give up Krishna, when we forget Krishna, and we try to become master, controller. But we are not the controller, we are not the master. No? Just like if you see a machine, there is a small particle. That particle is only valuable when it is associated with that whole machine. If you take it away from that machine, that particle has no role. That particle is of no use. Similarly, being a part and parcel of Krishna, our duty is to support Krishna. And Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. When we support in his enjoyment, then naturally we get enjoyment, the enjoyment we are looking for. But when we forget about this relationship with Krishna, then we come to this material world. So based on our different desire, we get different kind of body. So that desire is the root cause of body. So when we come to this material, we are spiritual being, but now we are in this material world. So we get a dress, like you go to any other country. So you prepare for that. You get a specific dress. I mean, if you go to America or any other place which is very cold, and then you have to prepare for that. You have to get some clothes. Similarly, when we come to this material world, we get a material body. And what kind of body? There are different kinds of dress. There are different kinds of body. And that body is decided based on the kind of desire we have. And at the same time, law of karma. I mean, desire is the first cause. Desire, that is the first cause. And then after law of karma is applicable based on that. Desire, based on our law, our karmas, and based on divine arrangements, we get a specific body to fulfill that desire. Sometimes human body, sometimes animals' body, sometimes trees, plants, birds, beasts. All these are different dresses, different facilities given by Krishna to enjoy or to fulfill our material desire. Right? So what we have to do, what is the purpose? Purpose is to stop this material desire. We cannot stop desires, but we can spiritualize that. Again, reminding ourselves, I am a spiritual being and my objective of life is to develop a spiritual desire. Desire which is favorable to help us to advance in Krishna consciousness. So that is what here we are practicing. So that once we have a spiritual desire, once we have Krishna conscious desire, then after this body, we will go back home, back to Godhead. Because now our consciousness is purified. We don't have any independent desire than Krishna. We only desire Krishna. That is our natural propensity, which is, we have forgotten about it. So that will help us to go home, back to Godhead. So the root cause of getting a body is desire against Krishna. Second is, what are the elements of this material body? Different elements are there. So we know the main elements, or it is called great elements, Mahat Tattva, 5 great elements, Bhumi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash. And there are many, so 24, sometimes you will hear about 25, 26, or 24 main elements. So what are those 24 elements?
5 working senses.
5 working senses. You know working senses? Knowledge senses. No, there are 5 knowledge acquiring senses. So knowledge acquiring senses: eyes, nose, ear, mouth means that is tongue, and skin. These are the knowledge acquiring senses. We acquire knowledge through these senses. Eyes we see, ear we hear, tongue we taste, nose we smell, and the senses touch. So these are the knowledge acquiring senses. And there are 5 senses that is called working senses. Karmendriyani. What are those? Hands, legs, 2 legs, 2 hands,
and genitals.
Genitals, anus. What else? There are 5. 5 done. 5 working.
5 working.
One more is there. Mouth? No.
Yes.
Mouth. Mouth is working senses. So hands, legs, anus, genitals, and mouth. These are the working senses.
Voice is the word.
So there are, voice, that is mouth, voice. So 10 senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and 5 working senses, and there are 5 objects of the senses. Object means?
Sight.
Yes, different objects. Object means the senses, they are always hankering after sense objects, which satisfies the senses. So eyes, they want to see. So sense objects means like seeing. Means what we see? Form. That is one sense object. Form. And what others? Sound. Sound means that sound is a sense object for ears. That is sound. Smell. Taste. Touch. Very good. So these are the 5 objects of the senses. How many now total? 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and 5 objects of the senses. Now 15.
And 5
And one sense which is 11th sense. Now we discuss about 10 senses. There is one sense which is the controller of all other senses. Mind. Mind is also a sense, subtle sense, and this is called 11th sense. Right? So there are 16 now.
16 plus 5 are the main.
5 Mahatattva.
Huh?
5 the main one.
Mahatattva.
5, yes, 5 Mahatattva, yeah, greater elements, great elements. Then now it is 21. What else is left?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. And
False ego.
false ego.
And the three modes of material nature.
3 modes of material nature, unmanifested form. That is Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. So, do we have some?
Yes.
You can take this one. So, yeah, these are the total number, if you see, 24 elements. So, mind, intelligence, false ego, and 3 modes of material nature in unmanifested form. That is called pradhan. So, these are the all technical terms. So, pradhan means the 3 modes of material nature which is unmanifested. Anyway, so these are the 24 elements. So this whole material creation is made up of these elements. And as I said, like Gyanis, they do analytical study of these different elements. And what is the purpose of that study? Why do they study of these material elements? Just to show their knowledge? How much knowledgeable am I? Huh? What is the purpose of getting this knowledge? Now, after going through this detailed knowledge about material elements and knowing that all these elements are temporary in nature, temporary in nature, it goes through changes. How the changes are taking place? We know that material means there are 6 kinds of changes. What are those changes? Birth, growth, then some maintenance, sustenance, then it declines, and finally death. So these are the changes. So when you study elements, you understand that, oh, it is temporary. There is birth, there is death. So soul never takes birth. Soul is always there. It's body which is taking birth and which is dying. So this is knowledge. So when you come to know about that, all these material elements are temporary in nature. Soul is eternal. Then what is the result of this knowledge? When we get this knowledge, what is the result of this knowledge? Detachment? We develop detachment. Because right now, out of ignorance, we have developed so much of attachment to these material things. Knowing it permanent. And we are hankering after it. Throughout the day, we are working so hard to gain so many material things, material desires, fulfilling those material desires. But when we come to know that this is temporary, we are spiritual being, we have to look for something which is permanent. I am permanent. So what is that permanent? How can I achieve that? This is called knowledge. So under whose control this body is working? So who is the controller? Krishna, Super Soul. He is the controller. Everything is under the control of God. We are not. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimudhatma karta ahamiti manyate. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that it is out of ignorance, out of false ego, we think that I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. But ultimately we are being controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. These 3 gunas controlling us. So we are not the controller. What the reason are? What the ultimate goal of individual soul? So we know that. What is the ultimate goal of individual soul? Yeah, spiritual. The goal is again, like re-establishing our relationship with Krishna. Again, going back home, back to a spiritual kingdom. That is our home. We are in foreign land. We are traveling from one place to another, from one body to another. Like a traveler, when he comes back home, feels satisfied. Similarly, we are traveling life after life, but we are not satisfied in this body, this way, that way. We are trying to become happy. But in this material world, does not matter which place, in which body we are. We may be in this earthly planet, we may be in heavenly planets, we may get so many facilities in heavenly planets, but real satisfaction, real happiness will only be there when we go home, back to Godhead. That is the spiritual kingdom. So that is the goal of life. So one should also know the distinction between individual living soul and the super soul. So knowing the distinction. Why Prabhupada is saying? Because sometimes when we come to know about soul, soul is a spirit and we are part and parcel of soul, part and parcel of super soul. So people start thinking, oh, because I am part and parcel of Krishna, part and parcel of soul, so I am also super soul, I am also super soul. There is no difference between me and Krishna. We are same. This is very dangerous knowledge. Very, very dangerous. We forget about our real identity, and Prabhupada saying that this is Mayavad concept. No difference. I am the same. So hum. This is Mayavad concept. There is no difference. So this is wrong. We are insignificant part and parcel of Krishna. And Krishna is Vibhu. He is the Supreme Personality. We are influenced by the three modes of material nature, but Krishna is beyond the three modes of material nature. He is transcendental. We are just a drop of the whole ocean, and Krishna is the whole ocean. I mean, he is Vibhu, we are Anu. So we must know, qualitatively we are one. If you see the quality, yes, like we are Satchit, Krishna is Satchit Anand, we are also Satchit Anand. But when it comes to quantity, power, controlling ship means that controlling ship. Krishna is the supreme. We are just insignificant. No? So that difference we must know. And in no situation we can become Krishna, like merging into Krishna. No, our individual's identity is always there. Soul is always soul, and the super soul is always super soul. There is no time situation when soul becomes super soul. In no time. So that is always there. And that's why Prabhupada said that people believing in this, I mean, they are doing a spiritual suicide. Because soul is always, why spiritual suicide? Because when you think that you are merged or you don't have any other separate existence, there is no question of service. There is no question of reciprocation, right? But when you know that you are separate and Krishna is your master, then you have a loving reciprocation, loving service between. And that service gives you real enjoyment. And when you say that, no, now you do not have any existence, means you lost your relationship. So, anyway, again and again we have discussed this. The point is, even in one of the shloka in this chapter only, Prabhupada saying that, because those people even thinking, now I have achieved the Brahma, I'm just merged into Brahma, Brahmalina. Actually, it's not, saying that somebody may think of that now I'm merged into Super Soul or Brahman, not Super Soul as Brahman. But actually that is not. Why? Because number one, when somebody is like merged into Brahma, he does not have any material desire. He does not have any kind of material duties. He is totally separate from matter. But we see many a times, Prabhupada saying that even big these Brahmavadis or not Brahmavadis, all these are very different terms and detailed understanding is there behind. But the point, Prabhupada is saying that Mayavadis, first of all, they say that this Jagat is mithya, and because this is a false world, and they develop some detachment from this world, they go away. But finally, because they are not engaged in service in service of Krishna. They do not have knowledge about their devotional service, and because of that, they get frustrated. Again, they come back to the society and start some social service, like opening a school, opening hospitals. Point here is why this is not bad, opening a school, opening hospital. But one side, when we say that this world is false, one side what we are saying that this world is false, and second, then why all these worldly activities? Because this is the nature of the soul to be in service. When we do not do service, then we will not get satisfaction. So somehow or other people get engaged in some kind of service. Either you serve to Krishna or you serve to others. So this is another detailed topic, we need to understand it. Point here is that if we do not understand the difference between soul and super soul out of mistake, out of ignorance, sometimes we start thinking like this. There's no difference between me and God. And that is what takes you towards Nastic philosophy. Because then you start thinking even more dangerous than Nastic. Sometimes people are Nastic because of ignorance. Once they get knowledge, they understand and they accept Krishna. But somebody who is knowledgeable, they have philosophical understanding. But because of that wrong understanding, and they develop this consciousness that I am God, that is very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous concept. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that you can embrace a burning fire, but never be in association with Mayavadis. Because it's very dangerous. What is happening when you come in association with Mayavad concept or this concept? You are killing your spiritual spirit. Means that relation or that. Are you getting this point? Means not believing in Krishna, that is one thing. After knowledge, you can believe in Krishna. But if you believe in God, but you think that you are God, that is dangerous. You have stopped your journey. So that is dangerous. So these are the things we must know. Difference. One should also know the distinction between the individual living soul and the super soul. They are different influences, their potential. Right? We discuss about the potential also. Huge difference. So one just has to understand this Bhagavad Gita directly from the description given by Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all this will be clarified. So these are the questions we must know. ऋषिभिर बहुधा गीतं छन्दोभिः विविधैः पृथक् ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्चैव हेतुम् अद्वद्भिर्विनिश्चितैः. That knowledge of the field of activities and of the knower of the activities is described by various sages in various Vedic writings. It is especially presented in Vedanta Sutra with all reasoning as to cause and effect. So now Krishna, though he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he himself describing, but at the same time he is giving references also. So Prabhupada in purport he is saying that we should not consider Krishna an ordinary person, because now he is playing a role of a guru and he is giving other references also, that all these things about knowledge, Vedanta Sutra, so if we want detail about it, we can go through the different Vedic scripture. Like in Bhagavad Gita, this is just a brief description, a small description. But if you want to go detail into this, different elements, how it is functioning, everything, then there are Vedic scriptures. So all these things, whatever here mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that all these knowledge about the knower of the activities means soul, body, everything, that is there in various Vedic writings. And the various sages like we see Shukdev Goswami, all these are different sages. So they also is speaking about it. So he's giving references so that we can develop our faith in the scriptures. So especially in Vedanta Sutra, with all reasoning as to cause and effect. So if we want to go deeper into this philosophy, we can read. Even in purport also Prabhupada has given so many references we can go through. So verse number 6 and 7. The five great elements, false ego, intelligence, and unmanifested, the 10 senses and the mind, the five sense objects, desire, hatred, happiness, distress, the aggregate, the life symptoms and convictions, all these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interactions. Yes, so this is what we have discussed a little bit about it, that these are the field of activities and its interactions. All these, this chapter is going to be a little bit philosophical because Jnana Yoga means we have to put our intelligence in that to understand different terms and everything. But in short, it is all about body, soul, mind, intelligence, different elements we discuss, and the interactions between these different elements. So many qualities here you are seeing.
What exactly do you mean by interactions?
Interaction means like body, mind, intelligence. These are the elements. And what is the interaction happening between it?
Connection.
You can say.
Like
Basically, how it
eyes
is
to see.
functioning.
Eyes to
Function. Eyes to see, functioning. Interaction. Because all these elements, they are not independently working. There is a correlation between it, right? When you see through eyes, that is knowledge acquiring sense. You're getting some information through your eyes, nose, ear, and that information is going mind, then in intelligence that is processing that knowledge based on your previous experiences. Decision making is being done through. So all these are different interactions. Like mind, what is the duty? What is the function of mind? Thinking, feeling, willing. This is the function of mind. Different kinds of thoughts, different kinds of desires, different kinds of emotions. Where from it is coming? It is coming from mind. So these are the different interactions, and that's why Krishna is saying that the five. These are the different elements we discussed: false ego, intelligence, unmanifested, the 10 senses, and the mind, the five sense objects, desire. Now, desire, hatred, happiness, distress. Where from it is coming? These are the outcomes of where from? Distress, happiness. Mind. Mind is the source of all these different emotions, positive, negative emotions. Where from? It is coming from mind, right? So all these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interactions. Field of activities. Our body, mind, intelligence, and different interactions or different emotions. These are the field of activities. Body, bodily platform. That is what happening. So the same thing Prabhupada explained in this purport. Yeah. And then after, we can go a little bit deeper into it. Otherwise, now Krishna is speaking about the different qualities. The different qualities, like almost 20 qualities are there. What is known as knowledge? What is knowledge? So he's speaking about that. So if you want, would you like to hear what is knowledge? So he's saying humility. These are the different qualities. Somebody is in knowledge means he should have all these qualities. Humility, pridelessness. Humility, we know. What is the meaning of humility? Let's get into the real meaning. What is the humility? Being humble. What is the meaning? Vinamra means, no, that is a translation, but the meaning.
Lack of desire for receiving respect from others, receiving glory from others.
Humility means even if you know, you have a knowledge, but you don't take the pride,
Down to earth.
Yeah, these are the, of course we can say that, but real, go deeper into it. Now humility means what? Real humility.
Staying full, number one.
Staying full, number one, yes. Knowing yourself. Because the moment you know yourself that you are soul, you are insignificant part and parcel, then automatically you understand that You are not the controller. Because when you do not know this, that you are soul, all these external show of humility, that is not deeper. That is just external show off. I'm so humble. As long as you do not accept your real position, that you are soul, you are part and parcel of Krishna, then no question of humility. Because by that time, if you do not accept Krishna, means there is a pride, there is a false ego. I am something special. Maybe some level of humility externally. Okay, I'm so humble. I do not desire much, this, that. But as long as we do not accept our real situation, real position, that I am servant of Krishna, I am part and parcel of Krishna, yes, this will bring real humility. Otherwise, even people, so-called like humble people, may be doing so many social services and they expose that I'm so humble, so simple. But within mind, somewhere, even maybe they may not know, but something is there, some pride is there. I'm so nice, I'm doing so much to the society, I'm contributing so much to the society. So this is pride. When you go deeper into it, you understand that, when you understand that I'm just an instrument in the hands of Krishna, everything Krishna is doing, I'm just an instrument. That is called real humility. I'm just passing it. I'm just passing it. I do not have any qualification. Whatever Krishna is giving, I'm just passing it. So that is real humility. Prabhupada has explained so many things, but quickly we will go through. Pridelessness. This is again the same, we can say. Or else let me see how much. It's a big purport. You can read almost the biggest one, I'll say. Almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages are there. Detailed discussion about this sloka. All these are divine qualities. All these are divine qualities. Pridelessness. So pridelessness, again, knowing yourself, your true self. Non-violence. What is the meaning of non-violence? Not killing. That is non-violence.
Not to hurt by thoughts, words and actions.
Even
Yes.
by the gesture.
Let's go deeper into it. One is straightforward when we say non-violence means not killing others. And going deeper into it, more deeper understanding, non-violence, like Vishal Prabhu said, even not hurting others. If you hurt others, that is a kind of violence. And also, if you deviate or distract somebody from his or her spiritual journey, that is also a great violence. Deviating or distracting somebody, not helping somebody, means killing. That is called Atmaha. Even what to talk about others, even if you yourself, due to any reason, is stopping your spiritual journey, that is called violence to yourself. Killing your journey means killing yourself, Atmaha. So killing the body is okay, that's not more sinful. But killing the spiritual journey, the soul's journey, that is the greatest. I'll not say sin, but here point is that is more dangerous. So a spiritual journey. So anybody is stopping us or deviating us in the name of spirituality, many a time you will see people will talk about superficial thing, just at physical mental plane. They will speak so many good things and will keep you engaged. They will not give you deeper level of knowledge about soul. They may use this word. They may use these words, soul, Paramatma, but they do not have any relation with this. They will just speak at mental, physical level. Keep your body healthy and your mind, you are satisfied. Whatever you do, if you are satisfied, everything is fine. Right? They will speak good. You do this, whatever you want, you do that. But you should feel some satisfaction, you should find. I'm telling you, I do not explore much, but even one of the video I was just going through, I see some Swami, not to criticize, this is just to understand. I was shocked. I thought, okay, maybe some spiritual. It was like, maybe even this physical, mental, we don't have to ignore that. Because physical health, we must have good health. So teaching somebody like we are teaching our, even Rupa Goswami, the prominent Acharya in our Vaishnava Sampradaya, he is teaching us Swasthya, Sadhana and Seva. We must keep our body healthy, our mind healthy. We should not ignore this. But in the name of this health or uh, forgetting our spiritual purpose or soul, that is the biggest loss. And I could see some techniques. Okay, if you just to make your soul active, just tap over here, some tapping, and now you see soul is getting active. I thought, okay, let me go further. What else is happening? And then after, and okay, some physical exercise was there, like in our Krishna conscious movement. We also sing, we also dance in front of Krishna, we glorify, we chant the holy name of the Lord. And he said, okay, now 5 minutes we will energize ourselves. No, we will sing and dance. So for 5 minutes he was dancing. And you know the song which was playing? Huh? It was, you might have heard, you know the dancer Prabhudeva? From South India. Mukkala, Mukkabala. So this was the song, and he was dancing. He was a swami. He was dancing, break dance, this, that, everything he was doing. Very energetic. And I was seeing the comments and the followers. Wow, wonderful. So energetic Swamiji. I mean, the blinds leading to the blinds. Blind leading to the blind, Prabhupada said. The whole world is full with cheaters and the cheated. Ignorant people, they do not know what is the difference between spirituality and matter. This is the beginning of a spiritual life. When you are able to differentiate what is spiritual, what is matter, that is the beginning of a spiritual life. People even do not have this much understanding to differentiate. And they think, okay, these are all material activities. I was just thinking, my God, what kind of consciousness they will develop? Mukkala, Mukkabala, Hoga, Lela.
They are not blind. They have too much of sight. They pander to the emotion.
Huh?
They are not blind. They are super smart.
And that's what I mean. This is again ignorance. Means because ignorant people, they think that I'm very smart. Whatever knowledge I'm having, and these people, no, even they refer scripture, but they will take only the part they are convinced with, and rest
They like it.
modification, manipulation as per their own requirement. The same person teaching Bhagavad Gita, even I thought I am wasting my time, but I thought let me see what's happening next. Even speaking about Bhagavad Gita, I am telling you, wherein very clearly Krishna is speaking about bhakti, but all speculated explanation, never speaking about bhakti. The whole Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada is saying, you read about any of the chapter, Krishna is only speaking about bhakti. Bhagavad Gita is bhakti, but they never talk about it.
Yeah.
Just giving some superficial benefit, some physical, mental satisfaction, and people out of ignorance, they think that, okay, I'm a spiritual, I'm a realized soul. Like that. So we are so fortunate, we are getting the real knowledge. And we see here, we do not compromise with principles. You like it, you do not. That's why Prabhupada said, like in our classes, there will be less number. Because have you seen ever saying that, okay, whatever you want, you do that? We are giving so many principles, rules. We know it is difficult to follow. But still, we never compromise it. Because we know that if you do not accept it, if you do not follow it, there is no question of spiritual advancement. There is no question. So that's why we should be very serious, yeah. So non-violence means such people, so many people, because in the name of sadhu, so many people following. And Prabhupada very strictly used to say that if you do not want to stop spirituality, better you clearly say that, yes, you are just physical fitness coach or something like that. And speak about it. Why you are speaking, and that why you are taking the reference of Bhagavad Gita? Yes? Why you are talking about Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavad Gita is popular textbook. And that's why so many people speak about Bhagavad Gita, taking reference from Bhagavad Gita, but giving their own philosophy. That is wrong. If you are speaking about Bhagavad Gita, then you should speak what Krishna is speaking. Clearly, without any compromise. Prabhupada never compromised. Even in America, many spiritual authorities from India, they suggested Prabhupada, what you are speaking, 4 regulatory principle, and first of all, you should change your dress. Because this dhoti, kurta, nobody going to follow that. And following four regulative principle, this is their life. You will not succeed. If you want followers, you have to give up these principles. Prabhupada said, I am not here to take something from them. I am here to give them. Never compromised. That is the purity. So yes, we should, that's why we are fortunate that at least we understand what is the spiritual, what is material. People think that mind is soul. Biggest illusion. They think my mind is soul. And there is a huge difference. Mind is matter. That is a representation of material maya. And soul is different from mind and intelligence and this physical body, gross and subtle body. This is knowledge. So non-violence, yes, not deviating or stopping somebody from a spiritual path, a spiritual progress, that is also a kind of violence. Tolerance, what is the time now? I think we'll not go through.
It's 12:20.
2020. So I think these qualities we may discuss in next class. So today we have discussed only, the questions. Now this question, especially the question about body, about soul, super soul, kshetra, kshetragya. So this we have discussed. So today, as I said, knowing the soul, knowing the super soul, and relation between the soul and super soul, that is knowledge. And in this Krishna consciousness movement, with this understanding that Krishna is our Supreme Master, He is, we are following the process to develop our attraction, our love for Krishna. So, Krishna is the supreme object of love. Krishna is the supreme object of love. And who is the supreme lover? Who is the supreme lover?
Radha.
Srimati Radharani. She is the supreme lover. And Srimati Radharani, she is none other than, she is the Krishna's internal potency, pleasure potency. Krishna is Atmaram. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the cause of all causes. He does not require any external, any extra thing to get pleasure, to get satisfaction. So Krishna himself expanding himself, his energy, eternal potency, pleasure potency as Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is the topmost devotee of Krishna. And she is always engaged in service of Krishna, always ready to satisfy, to please Krishna. Similarly, whatever devotion we have within our heart, that is expansion of Srimati Radharani. Right? We are all, the devotion means the representation, that is Radharani, Srimati Radharani. And we get devotion by the mercy of devotees, not directly from Krishna. Directly we do not get it. So when Srimati Radharani is pleased, or when great devotees, pure devotees like Guru, they are pleased, so by their mercy we get devotion. It's not easy to get devotion. By our own intelligence, by our own power, we cannot get it. Because this is a subject matter of mercy, kripa. So when we become humble, when we take shelter, when we understand our real situation, position, constitutional position, and we beg mercy, it's a subject matter of begging. No, we cannot command. We have to go and beg. To whom? One who is having that. So who is having love and devotion for Krishna? And Radharani is the topmost devotee. She is having that. And the devotee, great devotees of Krishna, because they are assisting Srimati Radharani in service of Krishna. So we have to approach those great devotees, great souls, and beg mercy. Please be merciful. Shower mercy upon me. So this is what, when we beg, and devotees are very merciful. The moment we approach a devotee, they are always ready because this is their business. They are always looking after people. Who is searching, not searching even. I'll say this will be something. In material world, nobody is searching. Devotees are so merciful. They go to people. They make them eligible. Patrata, because we need some qualification to receive something. Some patra. Patra means some
Vessel to-
some vessel if you want to receive something. So devotees, they are so merciful, so magnanimous, without any qualification. They go and they make us qualified, and then they give us that love. We do not deserve for it. No, it is all by the mercy of great devotees like Srila Prabhupada. We have been receiving this knowledge, and even we have been, whatever we have been doing, that is the mercy. So Krishna, his business is this only, that he wants to attract, he wants to give us Krishna prema through devotees, through Srimati Radharani. So this Bahulashtami, Bahulashtami or appearance day of Radha Kunda, that is very auspicious, though it is a very advanced topic. Very advanced topic. Just to give an idea, because Bhagavad Gita session is going on, so in between whatever special occasion, some prominent personalities appearance, disappearance, so we should hear about them, because that will actually help us to develop love for Krishna. So today morning,
Kund means there's an area.
yeah, that is a,
In
when you go to Vrindavan.
Okay.
So yeah, today morning there was a Bhagavatam session. I mean, I got this service, so I was speaking on this topic. So I thought just few minutes we'll speak about it and then close. So yeah, when you go to Vrindavan, like Srila Rupa Goswami, he is explaining in Nectar of Instruction. Beautiful book, a small book, very powerful book. Each verse is so powerful. We will read that also. So he is explaining this Radha Kunda and Shyam Kunda, the glories. So he said this whole universe, in this whole universe, the most holiest place is Mathura, even greater than Vaikuntha. So greater than Vaikuntha is a spiritual kingdom. Even greater than that is Mathura. Why? Because Krishna appeared in that place. He took birth there. And greater than Mathura is Vrindavan. Why?
The Leela.
He did
Pastimes.
pastimes, different pastimes he did in Vrindavan. And even greater than Vrindavan is
Barsana.
Govardhan.
Govardhan.
Govardhan is greater than that, because so many other pastimes and cows, herding, so many things, different gopas, playing with gopas, all these different pastimes Krishna did there. So Govardhan is very, very great in that sense. And greater than Govardhan is Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. Radha Kund especially is greater than that. So appearance of Shyam Kund and Radha Kund, like in a spiritual world, these Radha Kund and Shyam Kund is always there. And how it appeared? So there is an explanation that because Krishna, he is in so much love with Radharani, he is always in separation of Srimati Radharani. And it is mentioned that he was always thoughtful of Radharani, and in that situation he accepted the form of Radharani. In the form of Radharani, he is crying for Krishna. And similarly, other side, Radharani, she is in love with Krishna and so much absorbed in his thought that she accepted the form of Krishna and crying for Radharani. Means Krishna became Radharani and Radharani, she became Krishna. So both of them is so much absorbed in the thought. Very advanced topic this is. So
Prabhuji, I haven't got it. What do
Yeah.
you mean by the appearance of the Kund?
yeah, I'm talking about that. Means a spiritual kingdom, a spiritual world, these two kund is always there. I don't know why I'm discussing this topic, but just because of this specific day, I'm just talking about. So these two kunda, like in Vrindavan, different Leela Asthali is there. So Shyam Kund and Radha Kund, these are the Leela Asthalis. We'll come to that point. So first of all, we are trying to understand that in a spiritual world, number one, whatever we see in Vrindavan, this Vrindavan is not of material world. This Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, this is not of a material world. This is of a spiritual world. Right now we are not in that stage, we can say. We cannot understand that, right? Because we see from these eyes. We see Vrindavan like any other village, any other city. And that's why when we go there, we see all sorts of mismanagement or all sorts of dirty atmosphere people must be having like that. But that is not the true Vrindavan. That is covered Vrindavan. Huh? And to see original Vrindavan, Vrindavan or Golok Vrindavan means where Krishna and Krishna's devotees and the loving exchanges, devotion, that is topmost spiritual kingdom. Golok Vrindavan means that is topmost. And this Bhauma means earthly Vrindavan we see, that is a replica. No. But again, that is having that potency. So Shyam Kund, Radha Kund, one of the Leela Asthali, one of the place. So we are talking about that in a spiritual world. So when Krishna and Radha, they are in separation and out of ecstasy, they are crying for each other. So when gopis, they could see Radharani this way, she is crying, always thinking of Krishna. So just to help Radharani, what to do, how to pacify her, how to get her into normal condition, they thought only Krishna can do that. So they approached Krishna, means they were searching for Krishna in jungle. And when they saw that Krishna also, he is crying in separation. So they went there and then asked that, no, this is the situation of Radharani, please help. Krishna said, how can I get Radharani? So this point I was discussing in temple. Like, as I said, Radharani means devotion, bhakti. She is bhakti within us. How can I get that? Like Krishna himself, he is asking, how can I get Radharani? So he is the master. He is the source of everything. He is the source of Radharani. But he is asking, how can I get? And gopis means the topmost devotees, the devotees who are attending Krishna, we know that. Gopis are not ordinary girls. They are the topmost devotees. They are saintly people. They got benediction by Lord Ram that in their life they will become, they will associate with Lord Krishna himself. So these topmost devotees of the Lord, gopis, they are teaching Krishna. They are giving mantra. Take this mantra, chant this mantra, and you will get. And Krishna started chanting that mantra, and immediately Radharani appeared over there. So this is very important. Similarly, we see, like now we are looking for, maybe we may not have that much intense desire, but at least we have some desire to get devotion. That's why we are attending classes. We are chanting, we are reading, hearing, whatever. So we have some desire to get devotion, the mercy of Srimati Radharani. And for that, the devotees or the Guru, what they have given us? They have given us some instruction. They have given us the holy name of the Lord. Krishna himself in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and gave this chanting, the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So if we have full faith in the process, and if we chant the holy name with full faith and following the rules and regulations like 4 regulatory principles, reading scriptures, being in association with devotees, then for sure that Lord will invoke, manifest within our heart. Like Krishna chanted the name or chanted the mantra, and immediately Radharani was there. So we all have received this mercy. The process, just we have to develop intense desire to follow that process and gradually develop our faith in that process. And you will see the mercy, Radharani's mercy. She will appear within our heart. And devotion means we will develop attraction to Krishna, attachment to Krishna, absorption in Krishna consciousness. And that is our ultimate perfection. That is our real achievement, love for Krishna. So this way, when Radha and Krishna met together, they were there crying. And their tears, Srila Vishwasakoti Thakur is explaining, their tears, it is inconceivable to understand how much they cried, so much of tears. And the tears coming out of Srimati Radharani's eyes, that got converted into Radha Kunda. And the tears coming out of Krishna's eyes, that became Shyam Kunda. That is eternal Kunda, which is there in the spiritual world. And similarly, because everything, this material world is a replica. Whatever is there in this spiritual world, that is there here in this material world also. All kinds of emotions, feelings, everything is there. But everything is in perverted form. But when it comes to Vrindavan, Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, as I said, that is not material. Whenever we go to Vrindavan, we should develop this mindset that touching the ground, that dust over there is not material. That's a spiritual. That is spiritual. Of course, initially we may not have that vision, and that's why when we are in association with devotees, when we keep on hearing such topics, gradually we develop that faith. Yesterday, when I was there in Vrindavan, I could have made a video, but anyway, so many. When you go, you see that. So many foreigners, and so enthusiastically they were doing Govardhan Parikrama. And one Mataji, because most of the time you see Indian devotees, they are doing Dandavat Parikrama. Have you seen that Dandavat Parikrama?
Yes.
Like we are walking and running, maybe walking, not running. And one group of Russian or not Russian, maybe from which different countries, and so enthusiastically all Matajis, they were doing Parikrama, running. We were far away from them now. The way they were enthusiastically running and doing, and one Mataji, she was doing Dandavat Parikrama. It takes days of time, many days to cover. And she was doing that, just falling down on the ground and again one. This way, I got so much inspired to see so much of faith, leaving their country, coming to India, and they were at least luxurious life and everything. All these Prabhupada disciples, they were from very rich background, and they gave up everything just to get this prema. So much of devotion, so much of faith is there in the process, right? So it's all about faith, developing faith in process, following that process, and definitely we will get the mercy. So the same Shyam Kunda, Radha Kunda in this Bhauma Leela appeared here. And if you see the Bhauma Leela in Krishna book, you can read or you must be knowing about. So this was another story. Krishna used to send so many demons, and once he sent Arishtasur. Arishtasur in a bull form, Asura, a demon in a bull form. He came to kill Krishna, and Krishna killed, like any other demons, he killed Arishtasur. And then he went to Govardhan. There Radharani and gopis, they started criticizing. You killed a bull, no, you committed so great sin, now you should go and take bath in all holy places, on all holy rivers. Krishna said, no, he was not a bull, he was a demon. I killed a demon, not a bull. So whatever. But anyway, he was in the form of a bull. So you have killed a bull, and that's a sinful activity. You are Gopal, you are the protector of cows, and now you're killing cows. It's a great sin. You should go and take holy bath in holy rivers. Krishna said, okay, for the pleasure of devotee, Krishna is ready to do anything. So he said, okay, let me do that. But I'll not go anywhere. I'll ask all the holy places to appear here. So just by his foot, he made a kund. And invited all the rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, all the rivers appeared over there. Then Krishna took a bath and he said, now I am purified. I have taken bath in all holy places, all holy rivers. Now I am purified, but because you have taken side of a demon, now you people are contaminated. And if you want to purify yourself, you can take bath in my kund. So Radharani, she said, why should I take bath in your kund? And that is already contaminated because you have taken bath. That is contaminated now. Yes, because we are associated with you because you have done sinful activity, and because of that we are contaminated. So we should take bath, but we will make our own kund. Despite this is again a kind of loving exchange, lovers. They
and also there is a man is connected, both the kunds, na?
Those are close.
Yeah,
So just besides
and
that,
water
besides Radha Kund, there is a Shyam Kund.
Yeah.
And Shyam Kund, besides the Shyam Kund, there is a Radha Kund. And then Radharani, she took her bangle and she started making a pond. And all the gopis, they started assisting. So this pond is made up of, they used their bangles to make make a pond. Pond was ready after lots of effort, but no water. What to do? Then all the gopis and Radharani, they decided, okay, there's a Manasi Ganga. There's a Ganga, Manasi Ganga. So they decided, okay, we'll bring water from there and fill this pond. So they made a big chain and started getting water from there and filling the pond. But it was very tiring. They could not do it. And finally, Krishna just asked all the rivers, just go and help Radharani. So they all appeared and started praying, Srimati Radharani, oh Srimati Radharani, you are the Supreme Personality, you're so merciful. Lord Brahma, Shiva, everybody is looking after your service, they want your mercy. Please engage us in your service. Radharani said, okay, what kind of service? What kind of desire you have? Yeah, we want to fill this pond with our water, if you allow us. Okay, if this is your desire, you can do that. Then all the rivers, they just appeared, they filled the pond. And then Krishna took a bath in that. And then Krishna declared that this is, this bath is this pond is the most purifying pond, or this this will be known as Radha Kunda. And I love this pond. Anyone who is taking bath in this pond will get Krishna Prema immediately. So this
People
is
take bath in that one.
Yes,
in that
yes.
bath.
Today's
But
special.
again,
Today's special.
today is very special, means today's, but again in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, taking bath is not allowed. Why? Because there is a reason behind it. Because we go there and we take achaman. Means just showering, few sprinkling some water with it over here, because putting our leg, that is not recommended for us. That's a very advanced stage. Somebody taking bath means there is process by the instruction of a spiritual master in a very advanced stage. I Prabhupada suggests that otherwise if you take everything so cheap, you will become sahajiya. Sahajiya means then we start taking everything very cheap, like any ordinary pond. No, not like that. We have to give that respect. That even if we get a drop of water from Radhakund, that is not easy. So this is the pastime, how Radhakund and Shyamkund appeared in this world. So after Krishna Leela, all the Leela Sthalis were disappeared. Vajranath, even he, Vajranath, the great grandson of Uttara. Uttara, she is the mother of Abhimanyu, and Abhimanyu's son was Vajranath. Vajranath. So he is the great grandson of, what do you say? Arjuna. Arjuna is the
And
father.
Parishit
Parishit Maharaj's son. Sorry, Parishit Maharaj's son was Vajranath. Parishit Maharaj is the son of Uttara. So Vajranath, he is the one who started just establishing different Leela Sthalis of Krishna, because he was the one very devoted, and he started just developing all these Leela Sthalis. And even we will discuss sometimes all these different forms of Krishna, like we see Radha Govind Dev Ji and Gopinath Ji, all these are developed by Vajranath Ji. He is developed. But over a period of time it was covered, nothing was. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he appeared, then he started excavating all these different places. And he sent his disciples, all the 6 Goswamis, to go to Vrindavan and start finding out all those Leela Sthalis. The Vrindavan we see now, the different Leela Sthali we see now, all these are manifested, re-manifested by the disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally came and he started finding out. So this Radhakund and Shyamkund we see here, that is again, it was manifested by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could see 2 ponds, and then he took shower in that, and then all the devotees. Means that was, now this is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally took bath, Radhakund and Shyamkund. So in Gaudiya Vaishnava, Radhakund plays a very, very important role. But for us, because we are not in that advanced stage, so we should have that respect, we should have that, we should always just, on this day especially, we should beg mercy from Srimati Radharani, the way she is spreading or giving Krishna Prema to everyone. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally in the form of Krishna, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is having the heart of Srimati Radharani, because Radharani is very compassionate. She is giving Krishna Prema to everyone. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the same mood, he came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and distributing Krishna Prema. And we all are fortunate souls that we are all in this disciplic succession. We are getting this mercy, opportunity to develop. Krishna Prema. So I'll stop here. Thank you so much. And this month, Kartik month, because so many pastimes, Govardhan Leela, Damodar Leela, all this happened in this month. So this month is very, very important. So yes, whatever you can do to advance in Krishna consciousness, just do that. If you can visit Vrindavan, just go and visit, spend some time, come back. Just touching the ground at this point of time. So it's good. Fortunately, just I got opportunity to do Govardhan Parikrama. And tonight again I have to go there. I have to know, I'm fortunate to go there. I got another call, and by the mercy of Lord it is happening again. Means, last time also when I did Govardhan Parikrama, just next day after, again I got opportunity to do another Parikrama. So earlier it was very difficult to do. I think 21, 22 kilometers walking, 7 hours of walk. It's very difficult.
प्रभु जी आप एक साथ करते हैं दोनों परिक्रमा?
Just yesterday we did that, and it was very comfortable. Just did and come back and nothing. And tonight again I'm going. Tomorrow morning again we will start.
It must be houseful. The पूरा road.
People are traveling. People are. Of course, this is the time when so many people coming. Vrindavan is more full with devotees. Anyway, thank you so much. I have now taken 2 classes, Bhagavad Gita and last year. So give your time more on chanting. Increase your chanting rounds. Develop this mood. Beg mercy from Srimati Radharani and devotees. In this life only, somehow or other we should get this mercy of attachment towards Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna. We would have done Deepdan also, but somehow. No? Are you doing everybody Deepdan at home every day?
Yes, both the times.
So yeah, very nice. So, Damodar Ashtakam you can recite and do Aarti. We would have organized today also. We should do this, at least in our classes we should do it.